Hello, my name is Ariel and I'm a global security architect with Vectra AI. Today we are going to talk about how Detect for Office 365 complements Microsoft's native security for products such as E3 and E5. So let's take a look at what are the high-value targets when it comes to Office 365 and Azure Active Directory. Let's first talk about Office 365. Office 365 is not just Exchange. It has multiple products and all of them need to be protected. And that's what Vectra AI does. We also need to protect the federated access to additional applications such as Zoom, Box, Salesforce, and many other applications out there. The high value targets that we are seeing are the IP and trade secrets, financial records, and customer data. Hackers are also known to promote ransomware and fraud and pivot from Office 365 into specific networks for a specific customer. Let's take a look at the Microsoft offering for their E5 license on Office 365. There are multiple things that they do and they do very well, and we don't even do as from Vectra point of view. In this case, the Defender endpoint. Vectra is not an endpoint solution in regards to installing an application that will protect that particular endpoint. Defender for Office 365, email security. So if you're looking for phishing type of protection, then Vectra is definitely not the right solution, while Office 365 will definitely help you there. Defender for identity, and then of course you will have protection for Azure AD and cloud app security. In this slide, what we're doing is we're showing the complementary capabilities with minimum overlap between the features provided from Microsoft E5 licenses and Vectra. You can see that Vectra absolutely shines when it comes to federated trust, changing OAuth credentials, untrusted IP or multi-factor authentication changes. We can alert, we can create detections and let the analyst know that something is happening with these users. When it comes to Office 365, there's a lot of power there as well. We can look at mailbox transport rules. We can look at Power Automate. And Power Automate is basically available to every single Office 365. And it's an incredibly useful yet powerful and dangerous tool. Dangerous in that anyone with just drag and drop can create a very powerful rule and export information or exfiltrate information out of Office 365. And that's where we can help that organization. We also take a look at unusual external team domains, DLL hijacking, and download before termination. We can see when a user is about to leave the organization and downloading a tremendous amount of data. And as I mentioned before, when it comes to phishing, DLP, compliance, shadow IT discovery, those features are very well covered by Microsoft E5 licenses. Let's now take a look at how this maps into a MITRE ATT&CK framework. In here, you're seeing all the tactics and techniques that conform the MITRE ATT&CK matrix. And within that, what we're seeing is where Vectra is actually providing coverage. There are certain things like if we take a look at the very right, you will see endpoint denial of service or network denial of service. That's not where Vectra plays, and therefore that's grayed out. Now here we provide an assessment to a prospect or a customer to let them know how well their environment shows when it comes to MITRE ATT&CK frameworks. So here you can see a very simple example with all the tactics and techniques. And you can see that we are providing a specific score to every one of the tactics. In this case, we're seeing a total score of 8/40. And this is typical when we go and do this type of assessments on customer sites. Once again, what's grayed out is there are places that Vectra is not working on, like for instance, the network denial of service that we just seen. In contrast, when we are looking at the way Vectra behaves and protects the environment, we have a much broader coverage than what comes with native tools from Office 365. So with both of them, we can provide an excellent coverage to an Office 365 and Azure Active Directory environment. Let's take a look at the observed techniques during an assessment period. So while we're assessing this environment, you can see here we are looking at the different techniques that were used, and we go even a step further. In just a few weeks, we take a look at the behaviors that had been displayed in this Office 365 and Azure Active Directory environment. We go beyond that, where we show the criticality of the detections that we find. And what I'm showing you here is the threat uncertainty that we have right now for this detection. There is some exfiltration, lateral movement, and command and control for this critical detection. We also see high type of detections where you have a command and control in this case. And you can see at the bottom, we have observations, and we also have recommendations on what to do to solve this problem. Finally, we see here there is a medium type of detection. And once again, you can see exfiltration and lateral movement. We're here to help you be successful. Please let us know how we can help. Thank you very much for your time.